Hello, it's me. I know you were waiting for me. I know you wanted me to do another video. Here I am, doing another video. Hi everyone, it's TheOtherWalt here, and I am here to bring you another makeup tutorial. Not that the last one was really a tutorial, it was more like a review with a tutorial, but this one's an actual tutorial. Like I said, every single Thursday you can expect me to be here on this wonderful platform of YouTube. I am here to show you my signature look, which is what you see right here. This is a look that I really like to wear whenever I am going to a birthday or a party, or even, you know, doing just some minor grocery shopping, visiting truck stops, getting my oil change, meeting the in-laws, having Thanksgiving dinner with my homophobic relatives. So yeah, I thought that, hey, why not have my second video be like an introduction to my aesthetic? So why not have it be like what I consider my signature look? Avant-garde. My name is Walt, not to be confused with Walt Disney. I am the other Walt, as I am known here on the YouTube. That is also my Twitter handle and my Instagram handle. Whoa, what was that? I first put makeup on my face when I was like 7. That also might have to do with my lack of father figure, but who's to really say, honestly. I started makeup really about 10 years ago when I started drag. I performed a lot down in South Florida, but then when I moved up to Orlando, my drag kind of took a backseat to my regular life, which I was trying to get together and get it to where it wasn't all disheveled as it was. Here I am now, bigger, better than ever, and totally ready to take on this whole entire journey of YouTube and doing makeup tutorials and makeup reviews and, you know, doing different things. You're not only gonna see me right here, I am going to do a lot of theme park makeup inspired things. I do love to paint my face and go to the parks and ride roller coasters and shit. And if you have any suggestions, if you want to see anything, if you want to tell me that I'm terrible, ugly, and that I should shut up, by all means, go ahead and comment down below. So, without further ado, if you want to get this look, keep on watching. So I did go ahead and I did my eyebrows and one of my eyes off camera. Of course, I will do a video later on in the future going over eyebrows themselves once I actually learn to perfect mine. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get this over here. So I'm going to go ahead in with my Morphe M53. It is a little fluffy brush. And I'm going to go into my Morphe X James Charles palette into this little yellow color right here. It is the shade B, as in like a little bumblebee. Put it right here on this brow bone. I did already prime with the MAC Paint Chili Paint Pot. Remember, makeup is going to look crazy until you get it all done. And then boom, you're a superstar. Next, I'm going in with the e.l.f. blending brush. This red shade right here is called You're Kidding. No, I'm not. Tap off the excess. Dab it right underneath your brow, but don't go inside your actual crease itself. We are just going to use those tapping motions. So now I am going in with my JS6 from the Morphe x Jeffree Star collaboration brush set, the coveted Blood Sugar palette. I am going to go into the shade Fresh Meat, which is right there. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to pack it right here on the outer part of my lid. And with that excess, you really want to just bring it right here into your crease. What I'm going to go ahead and do next is I'm going to cut the crease. Take that same exact concealer brush that is dirty that I use for both my primer and my concealing needs. Go in with my Tarte Shoppa Toppa. Again, crustiness, because again, all we're doing is cutting the crease. We don't need anything fancy. Boom. So now I like to take my finger. I find that when I do this, it just really makes that concealer nice and tacky and just like ready for anything. Don't worry if you mess up the cut crease, because we're going to go in later with a darker color to kind of exaggerate the crease, so it's okay to make a little bit of a mistake. Go in with that same brush that I used to pack on that outside color, and I'm going to go in with the shade Blood Sugar. Tap, tap, tap it on the middle of my eyelid. Next, I am going to take what is supposed to be an eyebrow brush. It is the JS7. I'm going to go back in with that shade Fresh Meat right there in the Blood Sugar palette and go in really close to that crease, and we're going to really deepen that crease. Perfect! So with a small brush, this doesn't have a name. It's just been a brush that's been in my kit for a really long time. It has just a small little angle on it. Really just does the trick on getting into that inner corner. I already sprayed this with MAC Fix Plus, and we are just gonna throw that in the, you guessed it, the inner corner. Woo-hoo! Go into Sweetener, which is right here. Take this and put it right there in the corner. So that is the eyes basically completely done. So now I'm going to go on to the face. I am going in with my foundation. Today I am going to be using the Mega Cushion foundation by Wet n Wild, and this is in the shade Natural Beige. So I am going to take my Jeffree Star X Morphe sponge, and I'm going to put that all over my face. Pick me up before you go, 'cause here I'm going solo. Wake me up before you go. I'm not a really big fan of a huge full coverage foundation for like every day. I'm definitely more of like a medium coverage hoe. So now we're gonna go in with full coverage concealer because I love to contradict myself. So I am going in with the Tarte Shape Tape, and I am just gonna dot, 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 dot. So now I went in with my Airspun Coty powder in the shade Translucent. I have the extra coverage one as well. I just find that the translucent powder is just a lot more finely milled and doesn't clump as much as the extra coverage one. The extra coverage one left me looking cakey and just unappealing, so not about that life. I am going to take a dollop of concealer and chuck it right there. We are gonna blend her out. And same thing, we're gonna take the powder. I do use two separate sponges for this. I use one for my setting powder and then one for concealer itself. Next, I am going to take the brush JS1 and go into the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. And I am going to dab this all over the face just to make sure that everything is set in place. Now we're gonna contour. So I am gonna go into my normal contour, which is the Makeup Revolution Pro HD Contour Palette. I barely ever touch these because they are very gray toned. I tend to stick to this top row up here. I'm actually about to hit pan on this one and this one because those are my contour shades. So I am gonna go in with that light one right there, tap it off. And this is the JS3. Can you tell that I like the brushes? Nah. I'm just gonna place that right there at the base. And we're gonna follow that all the way up. So now I'm gonna go in with that darker shade, and I am just going to deepen up right here near the ears. Now I am going to go into my Schnozzleberry with that light shade. I just go in, draw my railroad lines, and call it a fucking day. I mean, when it comes down to it, as long as I enjoy it and I think I look fucking beautiful, who the fuck cares what anyone else thinks? Am I right, ladies? I'm right. So I'm gonna go in with my unknown brush, the brush that I've had for a very long time that I just don't know how I got it, where it came from, and it's this one. If anyone can tell me what type of brush this is, thank you. I love it for bronzer. I don't use bronzer that much, but I found this bronzer and I tried it and I enjoyed it and I loved it, so I just never bothered going for another one. And this is the Wet n Wild Ticket to Brazil bronzer. I just love it to kind of just veil over everything and just give you just like a nice glow. This bronzer as a whole typically is a little bit more sheer because it's supposed to just add like a soft, subtle glow as opposed to actually being like here to chisel. Next, I am going to go in with the ULTABeauty Peach Pop Blush Palette. I am going in with my e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Spice and Coral. Put this right there on your cheeks, girl. So blush is on, and I think that this looks really fucking cute. So now I am going to go ahead and finish up the eyes, but first I am going to give myself a nice spritz, 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 spray. So I am going to go ahead and take that e.l.f. blending brush, and I'm going to go back in with the You're Kidding color from the James Charles palette. Put this on our lower lash line. Going in with the M573 with that yellow on it, which was shade B from the James Charles palette. Boom, boom, boom. Throw that right on the edge, right down here below that. So we're gonna go ahead and take that little brush that I don't know the name of, and we're gonna go ahead and take Sweetener from the Blood Sugar palette, and we are going to throw it in that bottom lash line right there. Perfect. So I am going to go in and finish up my eyes by throwing on some eyeliner and some mascara, and I will be right back. All right, so I went ahead and I threw on some liner and I threw on some mascara. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling myself. The really great thing about makeup is that we can kind of take what we want from each other. We don't have to all be doing the same cut crease and with the same products. We can take little techniques that we have from each other and we can actually make our own. I am going to spray my face. Now it is time for my absolute favorite step of my makeup routine, and that is highlighting. The moment that I highlight, everything about my face just lights up and I am in love. I am going in with, of course, the JS4, and today I am going in with Sarcophagus. I love highlight. It's so beautiful. Throughout makeup, there is like a little bit of a journey to be had. And it's really important not to get discouraged on yourself when you see someone else that does do makeup well. And not compare yourself to them or compare your talents to anybody else. Because really, you are the only person that has the talent that you have. You are the only person that can paint your face the way that you do. So really take that and just run with it. And just try your best to just make sure that you are doing this for you and not anybody else. So now I am going in with Legendary. It's this amazing pink shade. And I just like to add a little bit of drama. I'm going to take that small little brush that we use for sweetener. We are going to brush it off a little bit. And now I'm going to go in with Liberace. And I'm going to throw that right there underneath my brow. Boom. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips. Line them with a dark red liner. And then I'm going to go in with MAC Ruby Woo. So now that I have the lip liner on, what I like to do now is I'm going to go ahead and highlight my top lip. And I'm gonna go in with Legendary. Boom. Next up, I am going to go ahead in with the lipstick. Now I am going to take this Milani Lip Gloss and I am going to throw it on top. Alright, so that is the finished look. The only last thing that I have to do is, of course, spray myself with some Fix Plus. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and also ring the bell icon to make sure that you are notified every time that I upload a video. As always, make sure to follow me on Snapchat at TotallyBubbs. That's TOTALLYBUBBS. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TheOtherWalt. That is TheOtherWalt. I do try to keep up with my social media sites as much as possible. So if you have any ideas for any future looks or anything that you want videos on, please send them my way. Because a bitch needs ideas! And I will see you guys next time. Bye.